I am Dracula.
Right, we fucked up this week, Dee.
How?
We never got to see any new movies. We never got to sit down and watch anything.
We didn't actually watch. Yeah, we didn't watch anything.
Remember that film that you were showing me called Mom?
Oh yeah, Mother of Monsters.
That looked good. We never got to watch
half of that, I think, and then we were like, no.
No,
Don't.
I thought it was quite good.
It was alright. I think it's like some 2020 film. It's like a fan footage one, and it's Imam is suspecting her son is gonna be a skill shooter, which is pretty obvious. But it's quite good. We didn't finish it. We might finish it.
And we might review that
go
one
back to it.
because it's a different kind of one, and it is interesting. Like, it sounds a bit stupid, like MOM. Like it is good though. I think we might review it. But today we're gonna do something a little bit different.
Yeah, what are we talking about today?
You know how there's loads of subgenres in horror. So there's found footage, supernatural, slasher. You know all the ones.
Etc. Etc.
Wouldn't be a good idea if we went through all of them
I think so.
and maybe do a little top three at the end. Give our top threes at the end.
That's a good idea.
You know?
Nice filler week.
Yeah, you think so? Something a bit
think
different
so.
instead of talking about the one film. Like we're gonna throw in every now and again these little kind of top tens or little rankings. So yeah, subgenres. There's fucking loads of them. That's what I love about horror. Like most people think just gore or it's jump scares. There's actually there's a bit of depth to it.
That's why horror is my favourite genre, because like comedy, I suppose you can have rom-com, horror-com, whatever. Like teen.
Yeah,
What would you like
there
coming
is
of age
what you mean?
things.
There's a few
Yeah,
different
there's a
types
few
of
different
comedies.
genres. Yeah. But I feel like horror is the best and it has the most subgenres, so I do agree with you there. But
It's just so fucking much. Like
yeah.
the main one that pops into my head, slasher. And we're talking about the Halloweens, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, mainly popular in the 80s. Now, with Terrifier coming back, with Terrifier being big, I mean, like, Terrifier 3 was huge.
Although, can I just say, I disagree there, because slasher, like Scream, that's still out. Halloween had a remake recently, 2020, what was it?
True.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then all the other slasher ones. So yeah, but slasher is probably the first one that you think of. Like the most memorable horror films will be like Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
And they're all slashers. What other ones? Scream, as I said.
Terrifier is like...
And Terrifier is
what-
like a new type of slasher.
And maybe, there's plenty. Like some of the Texas Chainsaw Massacres are kind of considered...
Yeah, Texas
slashers.
Chainsaw Massacre. There's a lot of slashers when you think of it, but I
Yeah.
think that's the first sub-genre that we have.
That's the first one you think about, and I say it's the
yeah.
most popular.
Yes.
Again, but like slashers in the modern day, like you're at the saying a good one, like the Halloween remakes and all that. But besides Terrifier, there hasn't been that new and exciting. Like, there was a film called what was it, In a Violent Nature?
Oh my god, yeah. I was
That's-
so excited for that, but so disappointed.
That's technically a slasher film told in the perspective of the slasher. So that could have been so fucking interesting, but it just...
It has the potential, and I'm hoping somebody tries to do that again, but better.
Well, there's a second coming out, so they might
Okay,
learn from their
I'm
mistakes.
gonna watch it then. I was so disappointed because that is my dream.
Mm.
We always get to see, I'm hiding here, blah blah blah. I've wanted to see it from a slasher. Like I've
Killer's
got a little bit of it.
perspective. Oh,
If you think about like playing the Friday the 13th games and the
rest in peace, by the way. Servers are down
Rest in Peace Texas Chainsaw one, they're like, you can kind of get it if you're playing as Jason or the killers, but no.
Never told in it like a film format.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree.
So,
Dee.
Next is
To say what's like, we're reading off a list, by the way, but like, what comes into your head for other subgenres? Like,
well, I think this list is like laid out pretty good. The second one is psychological horror, so that's definitely The Shining.
Hereditary.
Hereditary, yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah, we covered that. I love Hereditary. That was so
Psychological.
good.
Would you?
The Black Swan.
Is the Babadook?
The Babadook.
Psychological?
I think that could be like super. Yeah, that's a bit psychological.
Now, see me personally. This would be on the lower spectrum now on my list.
I
Psychological.
like this one though. Like
Sometimes
psychological horror. The Watchers. Oh, there's so many psychological. What's that one? And it's Leonardo DiCaprio in it, and it's
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island. That's a psychological horror.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a thriller, I don't know, but I class it as a horror.
There
Oh,
is
there's
some good
so
ones.
many.
Midsummer even would be psychological.
Yeah. And there's loads of new ones, kind of like ones
Would Substance be psychological?
kind of in a way. It's definitely body horror, but Substance will be psychological. Anything that plays on the mind, like Long Legs, I feel like will be a psychological horror, as well as a bit of supernatural, as well as I like films that have different types of. But psychological horror is definitely a big one.
I can respect it, but it is lower because I do like a little bit of action in my films, and sometimes these go a little bit.
Yes,
For
they're
me.
a bit on the long hand, like.
Yeah.
The next subgenre is probably one of my favorites, supernatural. So we all know The Conjuring, Poltergeist,
The Exorcist.
Yeah, well, no, because kind of Insidious.
The Exorcist is definitely supernatural. It's a demon, but it's supernatural. Like, you know what I mean? Like the
true,
Poltergeist.
but it has a lot like religious.
The Conjurings.
The Conjuring universe.
Probably one of
Annabelle,
like them two films are probably the best in the
The
last 20 years.
Omen. Yeah.
The Omen.
Yeah, the Conjuring universe is definitely most talked about, or the Insidious universe as well,
Oh, you actually showed me Insidious, which was the
which I
fucked up
liked
thing.
as well. But the other one, but it only has 2 movies. Oh, what's the one? And it has. God, I'm.
Sinister.
Sinister. There's so many supernatural movies. The Nun, all that stuff. Love a supernatural.
Really popular.
Love a supernatural.
They're really popular in this day and age. Like they seem to be very, really popular. Like, and I like them. They go down well, as you said. Like the Nun 2, all the Conjurings. Like just.
I feel like they're family watchable, which is probably stupid.
I know what you mean with
that. But
I know what you mean with that.
do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
You'd sit down with your your parents and watch a Conjuring because it's kind of
you could
PG,
recommend it
like,
to anyone.
Yeah.
Recommend it.
Then this is one of mine. One of my favourites, found footage. You all know I love a found footage here.
Arguably,
Fucking love a found footage.
could be my favourite because it's so. When people,
Niche.
if you want something scary, found footage.
Yeah, because it makes it real, and when it's real, it has the potential to be even more. Like supernatural is like I used to, growing up, my mum was terrified of anything like Nightmare on Elm Street, anything supernatural. Like she would, shit herself. So it was never really scary for me because she kind of made it funny, that way.
Yeah.
Now when I was younger, I was scared, but when as like teenager,
You look back at it now and you say that's silly.
yeah. So found footage does scare me on a different level because it kind of makes it real or believable.
And can I 2 films that pop out in my head? Poughkeepsie tapes.
Oh, the Poughkeepsie. I can't butcher that name every time. Poughkeepsie tapes. Wreck.
That film, Creep,
Paranormal Activity. That whole franchise.
and my main 2 ones, Poughkeepsie tapes and Megan is Missing.
Megan is Missing.
I recommend. I can't really recommend Megan is Missing.
Well, I'd say like the Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch, if you want.
Typical found footage.
If you want a little entry level, because it's done
Entry
brilliantly
level, yeah.
and it's a jump scare at the end.
It's spooky, yeah. If you haven't seen it before, it's definitely spooky because you don't know what's coming.
We can talk about found
Which is
footage
not-
now without mentioning possibly the grandfather of found footage. Me and you reviewed it, Cannibal Holocaust.
That is just.
Now it could be that could be debated. Is it the first technically found footage film? Because they are going around with a camera.
True,
So
I
it is
suppose
found
it
footage.
kicked off kind of like a subgenre of itself.
And possibly the most graphic one.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, and
Another-
it's very unknown. Like you wouldn't be able to just say, "Oh, do you ever see? Do you ever see Cannibal Holocaust?"
Are we calling films like Unfriended found footage? Are they in their own class now? Do you know them ones that are
I
on the
think they're in
computer?
their own class because that's a whole different. Like it's completely done on a computer. So I think that's I don't know, probably in the list, but that's separate. I think
Yeah.
found footage is like tapes that were just
Yeah.
I suppose Sinister is a bit found footage as well, isn't it?
It's
But not
parts of it
really,
that's found
though, 'cause
footage, but it's
it's-
not a found footage film.
No, it's not.
But yeah, found
But yeah.
footage.
Found footage I
It's
fucking love. There's so many different found
probably-
footage ones.
Yeah, probably one of the best categories, subgenres, if you will, for me personally. What's next?
Up next is probably one of yours, body horror. This is not one of mine. I wouldn't like say, oh, I'm dying to watch a body horror.
Again,
Like, I can appreciate things like The Substance and like The Thing, but like, yeah, body horror is not for me.
you don't, in this day and age, you don't really get a
Mutilation,
lot of love. Substance was a body horror. And that's literally that's like a David Cronenberg film. So we're talking about The Fly. You know what sort of films like that, like back in the 80s, like substances like that. So check that out if you are into the body horror. Yeah, I do like the body horrors. It's not up there like with found footage and some other ones that we're gonna get into, but yeah, there is some good ones. Like
yeah, there's definitely some good ones, but it's not one of my go-tos.
Next one here now.
I want to get into this one.
I'm not gonna front because I don't know any.
I've watched a few.
This is J horror, Japanese horror.
Just a side note: when I was in secondary school, or what would you call that in America?
High school.
High school. Sorry, high school. I went through a phase of actually learning Japanese, not just on my own like a freak, but through school. And I kind of got into Japanese horror. Obviously, ones that you'd know is The Ring, Grudge. You know,
They're the
those
two
type
main
of
ones.
ones.
And
There's a lot of different ones. Japanese do horror different. Let me just tell you that.
the tumbling doll of flesh.
Yeah, that's too much right now. That's on a different list.
They get down like that though.
I know. I remember watching one years ago on like, you know, them sites that you go on and there's 10 million ads, and every time you click something, an ad comes up. You know them like illegal streaming sites.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I'm watching like just the weirdest Japanese horror I could find, and just shitting myself because you kind of don't know what's going on. But it's fucking, they do horror different. There's loads of different Japanese horror series on Netflix as well.
And Shudder,
Zombie ones and supernatural ones. They do them good. I like the Japanese horror, but I do need to get more into it.
And maybe we should review them.
Definitely. We were only talking about going to Japan, and we need to get more into that culture anyways. So
I
maybe
fucking love the Japanese culture.
next we can do a Japanese horror.
Yeah, I'm down. Next one, zombie horror.
One of your favourites as well, I think.
Pretty much half of the horror fucking movie list out there is full of zombie films. So
Yeah.
Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. You can even the Walking Dead TV series.
The Walking Dead, that's a massive TV series that has like 20 seasons.
Yeah, and this all started like from Night of the Living Dead. Like George A. Romero, he's the one that kind of made zombies.
Did
like,
it really?
Yes, like in the 60s, he's the one that started that stereotypical zombie that you see in Walking Dead, all the games, everything. Blood, flesh-eating zombies. He started in that film.
I like it. I like anything zombie. I love even a zombie survival game.
Because 2 years before Night of the Living Dead came out, Hammer done a zombie film.
Okay.
And they're voodoo zombies. Like zombies actually comes from voodoo. Like people like with voodoo dolls animating the dead. Like zombies actually comes from that. And Hammer were like 2 years early to the.
Really?
Yeah.
See, you're just obsessed with Hammer, so I feel like you're just.
No, but that is true though. But it was Night of the Living Dead that kind of exploded the zombies, and that's why the Walking Dead, the same zombies that are in Night of the Living Dead, all the games, same zombies that are in there.
28 days later, which the new one is, well, the second one is coming out soon.
That's actually the third one.
Sorry, the third one. 28. Is it still got? No, it's 28 years later or something's called.
Yeah, years later, yeah. And there's going to be another one apparently.
Zombie horror is definitely a thing, and I do like it, but it's not again.
Well respected though. It's well respected.
Well respected, but it's. I find that it can lean very quickly into the comedy horror.
Are you drinking that Jagerbomb?
That's you right now. Obviously, I'm talking.
No, like the one that's beside you there.
I am, yeah.
Getting warm.
You interrupt me. What was I saying?
No,
zombie. I feel like it can go very comedy very quick.
Shaun of the Dead #.
Shaun of the Dead, and what's the other one that has Woody Harrelson in it? God, what's
Zombieland.
Zombieland, and then Zombieland 2. Like, they're good, funny, but again, I'm just on a bit of a hunt right now to find something that's actually going to scare me. So zombie stuff just doesn't scare me.
It's going to be bottom of the list. Right.
Or what else? The Last of Us came out. That was like an interesting one about fungus infecting
Zombies,
everybody.
kinda, yeah,
I like
good.
anything, and I think with the COVID shit, I think that gave a nice little door to have another like virus zombies.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It was
Well respected zombie horror subgenre. Next one though is one of my favourites, and it's creature feature.
Definitely not one of my favourites. I fucking hate this.
King Kong, Godzilla, all that good stuff.
Jaws,
Creature from the Black Lagoon, all this good stuff.
Wolf and all this.
All wolves and all.
Would
Like,
the wolf shit fall into this stuff?
where do I
Wolfman?
start today?
Would the Wolfman fall into that stuff?
Yeah. All of them up there would fall into the creature. Even the Dracula films.
No, they're Frankenstein.
Right. Well,
Yeah, actually, I
them
suppose
30s
creature.
films
Yeah,
would all be the same. So you all know me and Dee love them.
you love them. No, actually, I do like them, but I wouldn't.
Me and Dee got to see the original Frankenstein on the big screen.
On Halloween.
Unbelievable. On Halloween. Well, the
It
day
was
before
good.
Halloween.
No, it was
Unbelievable.
Halloween.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
That was fucking great.
But again, yeah, like Jaws terrifies me because I am fucking terrified of sharks, but that's a different thing. It's just a phobia I have. King Kong wouldn't scare me, although I do enjoy the King Kong movies. I don't like, what was the one that you said?
Godzilla.
Oh God.
Now they'd be almost going into like monster movies, but
Yeah, monster
Godzilla,
movies. Yeah.
I might review a Godzilla.
Again, not my favourite. Yeah, no. But up next is one of my, well, I keep saying this is one of my favourites to everything, but I just love horror. Folk horror. Or folk horror.
This
Folklore.
would be my favourite.
This is all about witches, cults. Oh, you know what
Yes, mainly witches and cults.
The
folklore,
Witch,
horror.
Wicker Man,
Robert Eggers.
Midsummer.
The Witch was fucking brilliant.
I can just go on and on and on. I love anything folk horror. It's just the best. It creeps the shit out of you in a different way.
Now here, I've a hot take on The Wicker Man.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy that as much as people were trying to make me think I was going to enjoy it.
Why is that?
That wasn't a horror film. Well, it was at the same time because what the people were doing was horrifying. Like, but
yeah, like the idea of you being singled out by a whole town and you're actually, you know what I mean? And come on, scary.
A lot of folk horror tend to go in that same way. One person goes somewhere. Same in Midsummer. A group of friends go to this kind of ritual, religious place, and the whole place is in on something like their cult.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Wicker Man, and same with fucking.
But
The
do you
Witch.
find like a lot of movies now would follow Wicker Man? What movie were
Yeah,
we
100%.
talking about the other day? And you were like, "This is like Wicker Man." It's a setting off of its own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. What film was that actually? Yeah.
Like if you think Rosemary's Baby, that's another type like that. Although
Yeah.
it's from the same era.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's really annoying. What movie was that?
Okay. Oh, fuck. That is annoying me. Were we watching it?
We were watching something and you said, "Oh, this is like Wicker Man vibes," and it turns out to be like it was literally. What was the last film that we were covering on this
What do you mean?
on this podcast? What was the last?
Oh,
movie?
The Howling.
That was
Yeah, The Howling was actually kind of like a folk
what it
horror.
was.
Actually, yeah,
There you go.
yeah. Like you could fuck The Howling in that category. I think that could be controversial, but The Howling in folklore horror, maybe.
Yeah.
May-
Folklore, creature feature, maybe. It mix of both. See, a lot of films will have a different mix of like subgenres, but if you're going specifically into like, I just keep thinking of The Witch, although it has, what's that girl's name? And I hate her.
The Witch.
Yeah, she's in Split. Anna Taylor-Joy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pisses me off.
She's in everything now.
She's in absolutely everything. And she's in The Witch as well. If I had been anybody else, I probably would have liked it more, but that's a good one. It's just I love The Witch.
I have one out there for like movie productions and directors and all. Do another folklore horror. There's not enough of them out there.
There's more and more creeping up, but they're just not good. Like some of them, like there was one, The Wind. I mean, that was
Didn't even hear
alright,
that.
but I think I watched it. I don't know if you watched it.
There's not enough of them out there. Is the
Yeah,
problem,
they're alright. Well, the one that came out, I don't know if I think it's called The Wind. The one I watched it was alright, but anyways, back on it. Gothic horror next.
Another
I
good one.
automatically think of Crimson Peak.
Which is probably the peak Gothic film, I'd say.
Yeah,
Most of the Hammer films were kind of Gothic tales.
I was just gonna say.
A lot of them up there were Gothic movies. Like it's like old castles and it's dark and it's set back in the olden times. That's what Gothic horror
Gothic,
means.
yeah. The Woman in Black. I think of
Yeah.
Gothic
And sorry,
period horror, like
even down to there's a film here, The Haunting from
Do you remember that?
1963. That's
the
set in,
hotel-ish.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's a manor house.
Oh, Manor. Sorry, yeah.
It's set in the 60s, but the house is a Gothic house, so even that counts as a Gothic horror. So it doesn't have to be
Sure.
set in a time period.
Or do you remember the Others? Sorry, it's called The Others, when
Mhm.
Natalie Kidman and she has these kids that she actually killed. Oh, it's very
Yeah.
good. Very, very, very good.
Well respected subgenre. When I think of Gothic horror, I think about the Hammer films.
Yeah.
Like that, that's what they're known for.
Yeah, I would think like Dracula and stuff like that would fall into Gothic horror now.
Frankenstein, yeah, all them,
Yeah.
Wolfman, everything. Because I just
Nosferatu.
yes,
Although
no,
it's also kind of
it's definitely
creature feature. Yes, you know what I mean. But I would put that in Gothic horror. Nosferatu, 100%.
Mm.
Because of even the way it was shot and everything. You know?
What's our next one, D?
Survival horror.
So-
Hills of Eyes, The Wrong Turn.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do be good.
They're
yeah.
good. They're good for like, oh my God, you know, if you're watching something with other people and it's like, you know, you want to get a good, oh my god,
Yeah.
reaction out of people because it's fast. But I mean, yeah.
We'll breeze
Not
boy
one of
through this
mine.
one because there's a
Not
few
one
to
of
get through here. Yes, The Hills Have Voice. Like, I thought it was a good film. You did, like, it's a bit fucked up.
It's good, yeah, it's good. Survival, it's meh. It's a bit panicky. Like, I feel panicked when I watch it.
It's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre survival.
Kinda, yeah, 100%. But it's also a slasher.
Yeah, I like them. Mockumentary horror films.
Another one I like.
So we're going back into that found footage kind of documentary sort of style. The Poughkeepsie tapes was actually more of a mockumentary fan.
Was more of a mockumentary than that, and so was Megan is Missing because it's it's technically a fake story with fake names and stuff.
Yeah, and they're adding pieces of video and all, so it's like a documentary.
The one I watched on YouTube the other night, Horror in the High. What was that called? Horror in High Places. That was really good. It was like a mockumentary of a man that went missing, and they found his tapes. Oh, that's like found footage as well, actually. So yeah,
you kind of go hand in hand.
Found
really.
footage mockumentary. I suppose Cannibal Holocaust is mockumentary because it's fictional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Mockumentary, found footage, kind of same thing. Haunted House up next. Again, you put in like The Conjuring, The Amityville Horror, The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix. You know. Yeah. But they kind of always come in with ghosts or like demons.
Yeah.
So I mean,
there's a Haunted on Hill House TV series.
That's the one on Netflix.
Oh, right. No, sorry, I was thinking about them. I remember the old film with Vincent Price. That story, like, where he invites people to the house.
Everything is from the old fucking. Okay, The Haunting of Hill House.
It fucking usually is, actually.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Not everything we talk about is from the 1970s. Here, it's
It was
the one on
1950s.
Netflix. With
Yeah, no, I know. What's his name? Mike Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan's. Oh, this is one of yours, vampire horrors. That's a whole different. Do you know? Actually, there's about 10 different subgenres of all the different animals here.
So I'm gonna vampire, werewolf, and
Creature feature. Come on.
and psychotic.
No, psychotic is different.
Oh well, vampire and werewolf. They're monster films. We're pretty much after covering most of them, really.
Yeah.
So
American Werewolf in London, The Howling.
there's a great one called Bad Moon that I recommend people watching. Bad Moon. I think it's on Netflix. Go and watch it. It's a good werewolf movie. Psychotic horror. So we're talking about
This is
American
like mine.
Psycho, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The House That Jack Built. We only watched that the other day.
That's also serial
and that
killer though.
fucked me up. There's great scenes in that one.
The House
Should
That
have
Jack
reviewed
Built.
that.
Well, we can review it then. Why didn't you just pick that one?
Yeah. Sneak preview. I think my pick if you get a chance
But
to do.
anything psychotic would be like it's usually one or two people that are like mentally fucked up, and it's from them, which I highly love. I don't really like this one. Sci-fi horror, Alien, Terminator. Scratch these shit out for me. Doesn't scare me. Doesn't interest me.
I don't understand the alien hate from you.
I don't understand why you don't understand.
Unbelievable. Like I actually, and it's not like you didn't even give it a try. I remember
I
sitting you down
did.
before.
I have seen these movies. Stop being so naive. I've seen these movies as I've grown up. I do not like them. They're
No.
sci-fi action, and it's just that's what it is.
No, but remember
I'm
we
not
sat
into
down and watched it, and we watched the whole thing, and I could have
You-
sworn,
no.
I could have sworn at the end of the film, you're gonna fucking love this, and
it. And I
turned
was
around,
like, yeah, no.
no, I was like, right, I respect it.
You gave me, I gave it the chance, and you made me go back and watch the specific scene. You were like, this to me, and I was like, okay, right, let's
Yeah,
go. It
the
was.
new one.
I didn't even notice what happened. I was like, is that it? Is that it?
Yeah.
So
I fucked up.
we'll just move on from there. Sci-fi. It's a genre, but I don't like it.
Now, say teen horror. The next one's
Oh.
teen horror. No,
Hate it.
I'm not mad about it.
I
at
know
all.
what you did last summer. I still know what you did last summer. I don't give a fuck what you did last summer.
yeah,
Whatever.
Scream.
Oh, Scream. Scream. I mean, serial killer slasher. Well, teen as well. Yeah, teen.
Dude, these are the ones I used to watch when I was like 12.
Hate
These ones that got me into it, and they're just bad to look at. They remind me of like Scary Movie. Like, see,
Yeah, scary movie. That's comedy horror though.
but Scary Movie parried I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, all them.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen Scream before seeing them, and it just ruined them films for me because I just look at them like they're just silly.
That's what I mean. Like the comedy horror, it's ruined a lot of it for me.
Speaking of comedy horror, that's the next one. Not mad about it.
Beetlejuice. Like, wait, Beetlejuice is kind of family.
I
Evil
would call it a
Dead.
comedy horror. Evil Dead 2 is a comedy horror, and Shaun of the Dead is a great comedy horror.
Yeah, that is funny.
You showed me that one as well. That is a good one.
Zombieland is kind of funny as well. Then you have holiday horror. So you're talking. Actually, we like a bit of holiday horror here. Black Christmas, for Christmas, and then you have the Halloweens, which I love.
Why is Krampus not on that? Krampus is a great fucking holiday horror. Probably one of the best ones.
Krampus, yeah. Okay, Krampus.
We've reviewed that as well, actually.
Gremlins, Silent Night. You liked that one, didn't you?
Terrifier 3 is actually a holiday horror.
Terrifier 3, yeah.
Enough. There is some good
I
ones.
like the holiday one.
It's great.
I prefer the Halloween ones, but
I prefer the Halloween ones. But it's great around the Christmas where there is one or two that you can stick on, and
it just gives me that little bit of needed serotonin around this dreadful time of year.
Yeah, these not mad about fucking Christmas.
Yeah,
I love it.
What else?
Is this you now, D? This one, love crafting horror.
No, hold on a second. This is not me.
The witches and all. No, is this not?
No, like
HP Lovecraft. What's that? No, that's fucking.
This is
that's
talking
like a nerd
about
game or something.
Yeah, this is talking about like extraterrestrial shit, like different entities, different worlds. I don't have any interest in that. That's sci-fi for me. The next one I have is Home Invasion. So this is like, do you remember The Purge, The Strangers, You're Next? What's the other one with fucking thing in it? M. Night Shyamalan's one?
Nope.
No, not Nope.
Trap?
The one and they're all stuck in the forest.
Oh, Cabin in the Woods.
No. The end of the world thing.
Knock at the Cabin.
Knock at the Cabin.
Sorry, Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin at the Woods. Yeah, Cabin at the Woods stuff. Home Invasion. That's a whole subgenre itself, which is actually scary. Do you remember Hush?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And she's what she knows. She's deaf. Yeah, she's deaf.
Yeah, she's deaf.
She's blind.
She's
deaf.
Yeah. That is a good one. You showed me that as well. That's fucking Mike Flanagan as well.
Oh, that's Mike Flanagan and his wife and that as well. Yeah.
Cult horror.
Cult. Yes, we love. Does
this not go hand in hand with folk horror?
Yeah, but it's specifically about cult.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I suppose. Like, so again, we're talking Midsommar, Wicker Man. They're the two probably pinnacles.
There's so many. I'm actually not at myself because usually I have so much more examples to spit off right now, but I'm just having a brain fart.
I'm gonna drop another hammer gem, right? It's called The Witches. You watched it with me.
That was alright. Although the ending was so fucking weird. But anyways.
That actually predates The Wicker Man as well.
Does it?
Yeah. So do you know what I mean by hammer?
Do you know what I mean?
Like, and they're coming back. And they're coming back strong as well. I have to actually show you the new film that they're making. It looks really good. But yeah, cult horror.
I love it.
Oh yeah,
it does go in folklore. Folklore. I do agree with you there, but yeah, cult is separate as well. Action horror. You can piss off.
You're losing me now. So the likes of From Dusk Till Dawn, that's a fucking shit film. I don't care.
Resident Evil. I just think of the games. The games were much better. Why are they even making films of Resident Evil?
And Underworld was like a video game.
It's like backwards of what happens usually.
Yeah.
Underworld.
Even though it was full of Draculas and vampires and fucking weird, didn't like it.
Then this is a bit of a weird one, surreal horror. Do you remember the film Antichrist that I wanted to cover and you wouldn't even finish it? Because William Dafoe was in it and he kept having loads of sex. And it was disgusting, to be honest, I agree. But
and it wasn't a good film.
Right, definitely wasn't a good film. But it was supposed to get better. It was supposed to get more fucked up as we got on, but you wouldn't even let the film get on.
We watched the whole thing.
We didn't watch the whole thing.
We did watch the whole thing. It was about him bringing her up to the cabin, and every 10 seconds was getting these mad flashbacks and all. We watched the whole thing.
I just have a terrible memory.
Not a good film. Surreal horror.
Did you ever see that one, Eraserhead, and he's all...
Was that a surreal horror film?
Yeah.
I'm not really in the know too much with surreal horror film. That's
it's
very
just like
vague for
something
me.
That's like, it blurs. You barely know what's reality and what's not reality. Like, do you remember Smile?
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, do you remember It Follows?
Yes, yeah.
And it's, you don't know which person's fault, you know.
What's
real and what's not. Yeah. That's what I mean, surreal horror.
So It Follows would be a surreal horror?
Well, I
suppose it would.
Yeah, it would definitely be a horror. What else? I suppose that one again with Leonardo DiCaprio. Shutter Island is a bit surreal because he's actually a patient, but he thinks he's a cop. You don't even know what's real and what's not until the end.
That's not a fucking horror film, though.
Sorry, I think it's a horror film. It scared the shit out of me.
I suppose it is. It is
in a different way because he was actually a patient, and then I was thinking, oh my god, imagine that was me when I was working. I'm actually a patient in here.
We're down to the last two. This was a long list.
Was it? I'm sorry.
No, A lot of these I felt like didn't need around subgenre. It
Well, this
blended
is what I
in with
mean.
another
You
one.
can literally separate them into so many subgenres.
There's that
which
many
is
of
the
them.
good thing about horror. This is why we're doing the video. The
Right,
horror.
erotic horror. So you know what erotica
Ooh.
means.
Ew.
The sex, the tits, everything is ramped
I'm
up.
putting Antichrist in this as well because Willem Dafoe just doesn't stop.
I'm gonna put Nosferatu in that as well. That new one.
Oh no! Come on, that was sick.
Vampire penis. Like it.
That was disgusting.
Now, erotic horror. What about Friday the 13th?
Yeah, but I think
Would
everything in the 80s had to show like boobs and hairy things. Like
I'm not sure.
just to get people
Would
to
that
watch
be
it.
erotic or is it just trashy news?
Just trashy nudes. Like
Mm.
yeah.
Fuck it. Throw into the erotic.
Crash, The Hunger. There's a lot of stuff that could be erotic. Like a lot of the new films nowadays, everything has.
Everything has really a touch of
Legs.
erotic.
Yeah,
That's why, like, again, does it need its own fucking category? Maybe.
Mhm.
Maybe.
perhaps.
What would I know? Now, the last one, I want to talk a little bit shy about this one because I'm really not into anthology horror.
You hate You actually hate anthology
Now-
horror. Except, do you remember I made you watch the ABCs of Death and you loved that?
Bang on. That's literally what I was about to say. The only good one was the one that you showed me. And remember, there's one, and I think it was C for fucking, or was it G for Grandpa?
G for Grandpa. Wait, can we get a clip?
I'll put
I'm
a
gonna
clip.
try my best here.
I'll put a clip right now. So that scene actually fucked me up.
You know what? Can we actually review it at some stage?
Yeah, I actually would.
Is there two movies of that?
Two of
The
them, I
ABCs
think, yeah.
of Death. The ABCs.
Of that too.
Yeah, that is a mind fuck of its own. That is an anthology from hell,
And it literally goes from A to Z.
and that Grandpa one is not even
Mm.
scratching the surface.
See, what I like about that one, like, usually, like, anthologies are cut up to, like, 4 pieces or 3 pieces, where the fuck 3 parts. But in ABCs, there's, what is it, 24 letters in the alphabet?
Whatever, yeah, how many?
A to Z, and they're like little 3 or 4 minute kind of clips almost, but they're done so fucking good.
Every one of them is different, and every one of them is like, it's just, you don't even know what's coming up next.
Some are animated, some of them are like
We need to go
stop
back.
motion.
We should watch that now
I would watch that.
and talk about it.
So anthology, yeah. Besides that one, I don't really like it, but I suppose it can be good.
Well, hold on. What else is in the scroll down?
Yeah.
No, on the examples for anthology. Because I'm trying to think what else could be anthology. Do you remember Trick or Treat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Trick or Treat.
Oh,
Creep
again.
Show.
Again, Trick or Treat was good.
Creep Show's a bit childish though. VHS. I didn't really like the VHS. Did you like? You liked them, didn't you?
They were alright, yeah.
I didn't really like
Found
the VHS
footage.
ones. Very found footage, but trash found footage. But the Trick or Treat one was good. That was like a 4-part one, I think. Might have been on Netflix for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Halloweeny, obviously. That was good. But anywho,
ABC is kind of shit all over them, I'll be honest with you. Doesn't it?
I'm gonna put that as my pick.
I really recommend people go out and watch.
No, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, save it for the review.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, go and watch this film. Come back for the review next week.
And
Or book the film and just watch the review.
do what you want, just watch the review.
Wait, Dave, we're after going through loads of fucking subgenres there.
I think we must spend 20 different genres, I think. 20 something.
28.
28.
genres. Yeah, 28, it says it right there. But we're going to go on a little break, and when we come back, we're going to give our top 3 favourites.
Let's go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Everybody be cool, because this is season 3 of the Church of Tarantino podcast, and we're about to get medieval on your ass. I'm your host, the Reverend Scott K, and for our 3rd season here at the church, we'll be taking an in-depth look at the film that not only changed cinema, but made
We out the gimp.
and
Royale with cheese.
a part of the pop culture lexicon practically overnight. I'm of course talking about Pulp Fiction as it turns 30.
We should have shotguns with this kind of deal.
Along the way, we'll also be taking an investigative look at the psyche of the characters from the world of Pulp Fiction to see what makes them tick on our character study series.
Well, let's not start sucking each other's dicks quite yet.
And over on our Inglourious Blue Ball series, we'll be taking a deep dive into the numerous project announcements spewed from QT's mouth over the past 30 plus years to give you the level of blue balls these unrealized projects have left us with.
I hid this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass 2 years.
So grab yourself a big kahuna burger and a $5 shake and stop on down to the Church of Tarantino and become a member of the coolest fucking church around.
God damn, Jimmy. This some serious gourmet shit.
Now touching you 3 times a month.
Right, so our top 3 subgenres, horror subgenres. Dave, do you want to go first?
Okay, so my top 3, in no particular order, are psychological, found footage, and then folklore / cult, because I'm not going to lie, it's kind of the same thing. Cultish / folklore, witchy kind of things. So psychological, found footage, and cult.
I have to respect, like, me and you have completely different tastes in horrors.
Okay, what's yours?
Don't we?
Why, what's yours?
No, like, I do like the found footage, but like, it's gas, like, especially like lately, like, we're watching completely different sort of horrors, but it's great how we're still in that spectrum of horrors, isn't it? Like, it is funny, like, my top 3.
Yeah, like, if you look at the choice difference, like, you were picking the Wolf Man, or no.
The Howling.
The Howling. Oh.
And Troll, I know. I'm trying to pick a little
garbage.
bit. And D is going
nuts over here, trying
to get his fucking band on YouTube.
Trying to get us banned.
Right, so my top 3.
Go for it. It's gotta be comedy horror.
Fuck off. Gothic horror.
Okay, interesting.
Half the films in my DVD collection
true.
would be Gothic, so I have to give it. And it's in no particular order either, because I can't really pick best ones. Second, I'm going to give it to Supernatural, because I find the rest of the films that I do watch are Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm counting the Exorcist, like the possession films, in Supernatural.
Okay.
And they're one of my favourite types of horrors.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I'm torn between like body horror or found footage. Found footage technically are scarier. Actually, no, fuck all them. Creature feature. I do like me monster films.
You love your monster films.
The other half of me DVDs are actually creature films. What am I fucking talking about?
Yeah.
So they're my 3. If you made it this far, thanks for listening. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Give us a follow on Spotify, please.
On Spotify, please.
D, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for listening, everybody. And slán lá agus gur má agus.
We're almost at 500 subs. Come on. See you in the next one.
Ciao.
I am Dracula.